we're going to do another mixture problem. So it's going to be set up similarly to what we did for our last mixture problems. So we're going to be kind of doing our milliliters with our percentages of acid solution. And it's being mixed into a full solution again. So it's very similar to what we have been doing. We're going to have our one set. So in this one, it says how much acid must be added to 50 milliliters of a 35%. So we have 50 milliliters at our 35%. Okay. And then plus, we don't know, okay, so of a 35% acid solution, there's a mixture that is 75%. So I know it's going to be 75%. I am mixing 100% acid into the next one. I don't know how many milliliters, so in this one, I'm going to put X milliliters. But I know if I add these two, I get this one. So I'm going to put X plus 50 on this one. Okay, so if I was actually writing the full equation for this, I would be doing 0.35 times 50 plus X times my 100%, so 1, which really doesn't change that. And then my 0.75 times X plus 50. Okay, and then I could go ahead and distribute and solve this one. Okay, so the next question says, write the concentration of acid. So we are trying to find the percent of acid as a function of X, where X is the amount added to the 50 milliliter solution. So we're using similarly to the same thing as what we just did, but we're saying, okay, well, we don't know the percentage of mixture this time. Write it in terms of that percentage. Okay, so our original question had our 0.35 times 50 plus our 1x is equal to, we had this last time, but now we are saying, okay, well, what if we actually don't know this percentage? So I'm going to erase that mixture percentage here of acid, and I'm going to write in my C of X, so my concentration percentage. So C of X kind of stands for the percentage of acid for that one. Okay, so it says write it in terms of that acid percentage. So how do I solve for this? Right now it's multiplication. So I'm going to divide to get rid of it. So it will cancel over here. Okay, and then I'm going to get C of X is equal to, if you want to multiply this and simplify that to make it a little bit better, you could. So 0.35 times 50 or whatever that number is, all over 50 plus X. All right, so then if we actually want to find the answer, we're going to get out our graphing calculators. We're going to graph this. So remember, when you have multiple things happening at the top or bottom, you need to make sure you use parentheses. So I am going to go ahead and figure out, so I don't have to type in that 0.35 times 50. I'm going to replace this with 17.5, which, if you notice, it's going to be a rational equation. So 17.5x or plus x. So this is what I'm going to type into my graphing calculator. I'm going to make sure to use percentages on the top and bottom. So go ahead and pause the video and try to do that while I pull it up here. All right, so I had to readjust my window so that I could actually see it. This one ends up being on the far left of my graph here. Okay, so once we're actually trying to figure out the percentage, what we are able to do, so if we're trying to figure out 0.75, we could graph it and then find the intersection. Or if we're trying to find the milliliters, we are able to, or that if I was trying to find the total milliliters, if it was like 100, I could graph it and then find the intersection of it. Okay, but this is how you would type it in if you are trying to graph them. You might have to readjust your window. Normally they're going to be around here. This problem we're not actually finding what X is or where it's going to be certain things. So normally they'll be up here and you'll have to readjust your window to the top right and then find an intersection of what you're actually solving for. Okay, so just remember when you're setting up your mixture problems, okay, it's milliliters plus milliliters equals the total, and then we also have the percent of acid for each of them, just like we did with the other mixture problems.